Hey there, Robocop fans, this is Westertron. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new spring-loaded holster Robocop from NECA Toys. The package is pretty much what we saw last time from Robocop. As far as I remember, is pretty straightforward, with his chest in the background there. And I do have this held up with the Tamashi stage again. Again, the back of the package is a little bit longer than the kind of padding on the front that usually gets it to stand up. So it's standing up, but it topples over pretty easily. So back is what we expect, same deal, with the back of the armor and everything. And then down here at the bottom, move this into the light a little, you see there's instructions for how to work the holster. So that's pretty much it for the packaging. There's not a whole lot of special art outside of the chest and back areas, but we'll take a really quick look down here so you guys can get a look at the sculptors and painters and everything. I always forget to do this, so it's good for you guys to know who that is in case you find a figure you really like and want to know who sculpted it. So that's it. Let's get this guy out of package and see how the function works. Here's Robocop out of packaging. Already knocking stuff over. You can see he looks fantastic. He looks very, very close to the movie version. Very nice likeness. I know that they officially don't have, or I don't think they officially have the rights to Weller's likeness. Peter Weller, who played Robocop, and Alex Murphy. But I do think it looks quite a bit like him anyway. They have made some changes from the original figure, aside from the holster ability, which I will try my best to illustrate now, if I am catching them. Let me get my Robocop. He's the one I knocked down just now. For one, it's going to be very hard to pick up in here, but they made the paint job, I would say, it's really hard to tell, but it does look a lot more subtle to me. Like it looks a lot more like an oil slick, which I always kind of envisioned what his paint looked like. When you turn it and the light catches it, you'll see a lot more different colors in there, nice purples and greens and things. This one was a bit overdone for me. The only place on this one where I had any kind of paint issues at all was on the right knee here. There's just a little bit of slop, and it's just a little clumpy. But that's it. The rest of the figure, I don't have any paint issues at all. He looks great. If you will look closely at the masks, this was an issue a lot of people had with the first release. You see how his like little nubbin of a nose is sticking out there? They did lower the helmet this time around, so it is much closer to his mouth, and it looks great. They did an awesome job with that. Now this also is apparently, because I don't know a lot about the elbow situation, because I haven't gotten every release of Robocop, but this does appear to be the new arm articulation, which bends a little better. This is the max that the old one would bend. You can see it's not great. This one's still not great, but better. Just a little bit. If we get those kind of lined up straight. You can see it's bent a little closer to the body. It appears that they reworked the the upper arm a little bit to increase its ability to bend, and it's the same on this side as well. Excuse me. And back of the figures pretty much look the same, except for you'll notice there is a button on this figure here for his holster. That's pretty much the only big differences I see. He also comes with the spike hand. We can see right here. It's the same thing as before, exactly the same. Not a whole lot to talk about with that. You pop off the right hand, you pop this one on, and then he can do his data spike thing, where he finds out who killed your parents, or who killed you, whatever. Who killed him, you know, that's how it works. So basically, we got his Auto 9 here, which is like a reimagining of an M93R, which is made by Beretta, which is a fully automatic pistol, which means it actually does exist. Not this exact form of the weapon, but there is a weapon that is a fully automatic Beretta pistol. You can get like an extended mag for it, and they like to use it in excuse me, terrorist movies and stuff like that. Face Off, they used them a lot. But anyway, let's get to the figure. Before we go any further, let's just go ahead and get it out of the way and talk about his holster. You cannot tell it's there, which is great. For me, that's a huge bonus. There's not like huge seams or anything. And basically all you do is press up on this button on the back, and there goes his holster. It's very cool. It looks great. And then all you do to close it is push forward on the front door. It is a bit hard, so you have to put some force in there. You'll see it clicks right back into place. There's a little spring mechanism in there. And then all you do is take the pistol, and it's kind of awkward because there's this bump here and a bump up here, and basically you got to clip the barrel onto that and the trigger guard onto that. So I'm going to try to do this on camera, but it's going to be difficult. You kind of have to get the pistol in there first, which is its own pain, because it's kind of deep in there, so you kind of have to work it in. And then, I think, do I have it? Not quite. There we go. Now I think I got it locked in pretty good. I think. There we go. Now it's locked in really good. So you can see it is kind of a pain to get in and out, but it looks really good. And, you know, ultimately I think that's what everybody is asking for. And then you just clip it shut, just like that. So pop it open, just press up on the button, and there you go. Now the gun does not shoot out to the side like it does in the movies, where he's able to kind of reach down and pick it out, but it does look good there. I will say, for people who do not know much about springs and stuff, it's probably going to be better for the long term, because these are on a spring mechanism, you can see in there, if you leave the leg open while you're displaying. So if you want to have him like drawing from the leg or something, because the spring will wear down over time and then it won't get the same force behind it. Excuse me. And it may be eventually get to the point where you press the button and it doesn't quite shoot out so much, you have to pull it open. But it does feel like a pretty firm mechanism, like I said. I mean, like, you have to use a lot of force to close it, and then when you press it open, it shoots open. Pretty tough. So, cool stuff. Articulation is exactly the same as before. Got a ball jointed head, base at the base of the neck as opposed to the skull. So he's got a great range of motion in there, lots of down, back a little bit, and then side to side is awesome. Swivel hinge shoulders only go out to about there, but that's Robocop for you. No swivels or anything else in the arms. All you got is a hinge elbow. Swivel wrists. Right wrist can be replaced by the data spike. Ball torso. So you get some great side to. Let me close this up so I don't break it off while I'm doing this. Side to side is great. Back is great. I mean, back is really great. Look at that. That is incredible. And then forward, very good. He's got a swivel waist on top of that, which is highly unusual for the ball torso, which I like. It's pretty cool. It adds a little dimension to it. Got a ball jointed hips, which aren't meant to do a whole lot. You know, they're just kind of designed to go in and out and take some like light stance, like walking stances. Because I mean, he can't, you know, run or crouch too much. He does crouch a little bit in the movies, if I remember right, like takes a knee, but you won't be able to do that here. No swivels or anything. Everything is limited to this hip joint, which does admittedly have a lot of range. Single pin knees here, which have a really good range, you know, right at 90 degrees, and are kind of clicky joints. If you'll see when I'm putting this back, kind of click, click, see? And then he's got hinged ankles with working pistons, so they go forward about that much and back about that much. So posability wise, his upper torso is really nice, and his lower torso is more designed for, like, you know, like him walking forward stances, things like that. It's not going to get really complicated, but you don't really need really complicated from Robo, so I'm not really worried about that. So the big draw for this guy is the holster. As far as a Robocop fan, I would say even if you have the previous Robocop, it is worth it. I think I paid it was either $15 or $16 for this from Corner Store Comics, and to replace my old Robo, I would say that is worth it. Just because this is kind of an integral part of his character, and I'm glad somebody had the gumption to do it outside of Figma, because I don't have $40 to drop on a Robocop toy. So yeah, that's the Robocop figure in his entirety. If you do have the original figure, I will say this one's painted a little better, manufactured a little better. He's got a cooler gimmick. If I can get my fingernail in there. But he is definitely worth the money. You're bound to have friends who like Robocop, so if you have an extra Robocop, you can always give them away or pose them next to each other in different ways, whatever you want to do. But I do think that this is worth the money, even though it's only a slight update. The articulation improvements, the paint improvements, and the gimmick improvement is all well worth the money. So that's all I have to say about that. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Make sure you check out infinitehollywood.com for the newest Halloween news. Newt's got a lot of great things going on over there with 31 Days of Halloween, so it's worth checking out. And that's pretty much it, guys. I appreciate it, and you guys have a great one.